We should be live. And he said, yeah, we should be live now. Baba Kusha Shalom to those coming in on the comment board.
I got the warning.
Did you check the text? Okay, we good.
Shalom, shalom. We are the brothers of the Great Millstone of Branch here in Chicago. First and foremost, we want to give all praises, honor, and glory
to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rakakodash.
Double honors into the apostles, double honors to the elder bishops. Salutations to all our fellow laborers. Salutations to all the scattered elect among the heathen that look like the heathen.
That's it.
And to the few Akwaf that are listening and learning. As you see the name of the title, things are happening and they're going to continue to happen. And one of the results of the things that's going to go on, you people, they're not wearing seatbelts. I mean, how many times you see accidents where people fly from the car, and get ran over, get mangled. It's a lot worse. And it's very rare that you hear, well, if you were wearing your seatbelt, you'd be dead. It's usually people not wearing their seatbelts. And what I'm comparing the seatbelt to, the analogy is the seatbelt is the truth in this case. And you people who disregard the truth, you're getting thrown from the car, man. Right. And I actually witnessed that with my own eyes, man. What's that road coming from Yazralas? What's that? What's that
Lincoln
road?
Highway.
That's Lincoln Highway.
You talking about 57?
No, but
the highway?
when you come off 394, what is it?
When you coming off 57.
Yeah. But it's not 57. It's something else. Three something else.
It turned into Lincoln Highway, but it's
well, whatever it is.
Two-lane highway.
Back in like 99, 98, I was working at a dock out there. This was the first couple. Maybe it was in like 97 when I first came, back to Chicago when I came home. And I was driving, I was in my Mustang. I was in an old school Mustang, 65. And that was some guys who were working on the dock with me. I didn't know them, but they were in front of me and they went a 5.0. And so we getting on the, merging onto the expressway, and I'm headed back toward the city. Next thing you know, their car just jerked and went off road and started tumbling. And he had T-tops. Why did both of them pop out of the T-top?
Wow.
And then pop back in the car and then hit a tree.
Damn.
And smashed it. And I was like, them niggas dead. The way they was done. I mean, they tumbled, they rolled about 5 or 6 times off the freeway down the embankment and into a tree. All right. And I saw them pop out. They popped out of the T-tops.
Right.
And then the car rolled over on them and they went back in.
Ooh,
and then it kept, and then it boomed and it hit the tree and folded around the tree. The dudes was done, man. And that's how the death is gonna come to a lot of you Israelites, especially those of you who heard this truth and disregarded it.
That's right.
Like my former brother-in-law died this morning.
Judgment.
He died, he knew it. His daughter gonna die too. All right, she gonna die too. But he was he was all, and when I had the conversation with him, somebody get Romans 3:3. He actually knew more about the Bible than the average person, especially than an Issacharite. And he's kind of well known in over there in the hood where I'm from, and because he was a big time thug back in the day. Everybody knew him, old tough guy. All right, go ahead. You got it, brother.
You got. This is Romans 3:3. This is it says, for what if some did not believe? Shall their unbelief make the faith of the Most High without effect? Yahweh forbid. Yea, let Yahweh be true, but every man a liar, as it is written, that thou mayest be justified in thy sayings and mayest overcome when thou art judged.
Right, and he got judged, man, and he didn't want to believe, and this is weird because, just talking to the dude, and it's funny, his daughter came by about 5 or 6 months back, and she said that all that stuff you said, it's all happening now. She was nervous. She said, she basically said she believes. She said, I believe now. It's all happening. But it's too late for her too, because she been infected with too much Edomite seed. And I told her when she was a teenager, I said, you got 12 tribes to choose from. Leave them damn devils alone, man. All right? Bring it out, brother.
This second Ezra is 15. I'm going to start at 1.
That's the spirit.
Yeah. Behold,
Wow.
speak thou.
3 brothers had it.
Yeah. Behold, speak thou in the ears of my people the words of prophecy, which I will put in thy mouth, saith the Lord, and cause them to be written in paper, for they are faithful and true. Fear not the imaginations against thee, let not the incredulity of them trouble thee that speak against thee. And incredulity means the unfaithful, right? For all the unfaithful shall die in their unfaithfulness.
Yep. And he died in his unfaithfulness, but now he's good because now he knows that everything I told him was the truth.
Yeah.
And he just hated being wrong, man.
Mm-hmm.
And what really made him buck up was against the truth is that his mother's an Edomite.
How that happens?
So that was, he was cool with everything, but when it got to that part, he couldn't swallow it.
Yeah.
He couldn't deal with it, man. And that's going to be a lot of case with a lot of brothers in the truth, man. Got a heathen parent,
But if they have faith in the Heavenly Father, they're gonna go ahead and continue to do what they're supposed to do.
They're gonna do right. It's like, well, ain't nothing I can do about that.
That's right.
And instead of being, well, this is messed up, but I am an Israelite. Thank God for my father's seed. They're not thinking about that. That's them dear mama niggas.
Virgin Mary and baby boy spirit.
But the Lord took his ass out.
What's funny is, so like,
go ahead,
this
brother.
men, the truth of mothers and fathers are gonna perish like horrible deaths.
Con.
And they Israelites, man.
Con.
And also just because your mother look like you might don't mean she is one.
That's right.
But
See,
I even told him that too. I did.
See, that comes down to faith, though. See, if you have faith in Yahweh Shai, you're going to listen to the words and the spirit of Yahweh Shai, especially through the men of the Lord.
But see, they wanted to cleave unto Greek because his mother was Greek. They wanted to cleave unto that to that Greek culture. Matter of fact, and against the shirt, and then now they getting plagued because he got sick, had all kind of ailments and stuff, And then my sister-in-law ended up divorcing him, and but they still talk and stuff. And actually, he came by to see her, and he ate a nigga croak right there. And here's the killer thing: they just, they really wanted to live their lives as Greek and not be Issachar. They just didn't want to. They just didn't want to do it, man.
It's shameful.
It's so much. And here, the Lord got a sense of humor, man, because the nigga, his brother, because he got 2 brothers that did really well, and mainly because he took all the heat for him because he did all the dirt in the hood, so that all the dirt, so that they would be protected, so they were the college boys, and all that other shit, while he was the
black sheep.
He was the black sheep of the family, but was also the workhorse because he ran their family business. They had a, what do you call them businesses when you do demolitions for buildings and shit like that?
Contract.
They had one of those for a long time, and he was like the main. Like you got people who they clean out properties. They like, I forget what you call it. Yeah. But that's what they did, and he
Rehab.
They call it wrap-up projects, where they basically clean all the dirt that the construction guys do, and then do the demolition, which is like $10,000 a job.
And they did a lot of that, and he was mainly the main workhorse for that. But all that aside, he had a brother who was married to an Edomite woman. He was so ashamed. I don't want to say his name because but he was so ashamed of his Hispanic name that he took on his wife's name.
Hey!
Oh, shit!
Wow.
Oh,
We never like Jesus.
Because he looked more like his mother than he did his father, and his father was dark. No, he was one of them real dark Issacharites. He looked like Judah. He was so damn dark. He was real brown. All right.
So he'd rather be a Papadopoulos than be a Rodriguez.
And man, his father was about your complexion, and he's Issachar. All right. Now, yeah, for Issachar, that's pretty dark, man.
It's a lot. That's how to the Gentiles. How Jake took on the Greek customs and stuff.
Come on. But here's the killer though with his brother. Why his wife that he took on her name leave him, started having an affair, was getting piped out by a Judite.
Wow.
Hey, she was wicked as hell, but punishment under him, man.
Con.
If I be wicked, let my wife burn with another.
Punish. There it is, brother. Punishment under him, man. So the Lord is jacking that whole family up, man, because his father just died. Now his mama's sick, and she ain't got nobody to go to them Bears games with all them season tickets and shit with her. You know, and his father was an old wicked ass nigga too. You know, who hated himself and then told his granddaughter to marry and be with crackers. And his father, old school gangbanging himself.
Damn.
Matter of fact, he used to take him to go to the brawls and shit. He used to take his older son. So he, you know, but nevertheless, man, you wicked ass niggas and spiggers who don't want to take heed to the warnings of the prophets, man. Look at what's happening in the world, man. Look at what's happening in the world. Bring it out, brother.
This is 2 Ezra 8:50. For many great miseries shall be done to them that in the latter time shall dwell in the world, because they walked in great pride.
Pops, crack that door. All I'm saying.
Spirit turned on.
It says, for many great miseries shall be done to them that in the latter time shall dwell in the world, because they walked in great pride. So they're going to receive the fruit of their actions.
Mm-hmm.
Because they walked in great pride. Because the scriptures tell the watchmen to what? To watch, be vigilant. I had this in First Peter 4:7. It says, but the end of all things is at hand, be therefore sober and watch unto prayer. So the watchmen are watching. They're warning. They're giving the voice. They're blowing that trumpet. This is ultimately going to lead to the speeding up, the wrapping up of things.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the faster we're on this road, I mean, every day is closer and closer to the kingdom, man. We have seen in the last 2 years everything go up so fast. Everything is set up. The MOTV is set up, the Charagma, right, and that's how we know that it's coinciding right along with the Ukraine-Russia situation. If you know about war starts before the war.
Financially,
Right?
Yep.
You go through first of all war of
Yep.
words.
Right.
Now Lord's been setting this up for decades, because people don't even know the situation that's going on right now with Ukraine. Ukraine used to be part of the USSR,
So it was.
and and then when the fall of the Soviet Union, the United Socialist Soviet Republic, whatever the hell it was, Crimea, Belarus, and a whole bunch of them, they were all part of that. So when the reforming of Russia, they were left out. Russia was like, okay, cool, until they try to join NATO.
When NATO swept in.
Right, and that's it. You're not coming in my back fucking door and putting no missiles right across my fucking border, 100 miles from more. It's not happening. But now they're demonizing them when that makes sense.
You know what? The funny thing about the U.S. media or the U.S. period, they never acknowledge what they're doing. They never acknowledge that they're the antagonists. They never acknowledge what they're doing.
That's it.
To provoke people or you know, I use the analogy of an op. You know, Jake be having ops. If your ops was camping outside the front of your house with them things on them, you know, but hey, we ain't messing with you. We just out here. Right. And then you go out the back door to throw the garbage out, and they at the back door too with them things on them. All right, you can't get mad when a guy takes an aggressive posture when you standing at his front and his back door, and I don't know how else to explain it to the simpletons that's exactly what's going on. And we've been prophesying about since I came to this truth. Russia and China has been a problem with America going back to the crash. Yes. Since 2000, 2008, 2009, man. You know, I mean, you know, going back to what was it, like 2011 or 12 when with them images of the cartoon images of Putin and what's the other guy's name? The Chinese dude's name? You know, pot banging sound name. He was when they were burning the dollar. Yeah. You know, and the dollars were burning at their feet. You know, so it's been this alliance with and then what started up then too, the BRICS countries. So this isn't something that's new. We foresaw this going back, you know, 13, 14 years ago, man. That's right. You know, we've been talking about this.
The Chinese also they flew those planes over Taiwan simultaneously while was Russia. So they're basically saying we're gonna meet you at the door. They didn't say because they didn't condemn the attack against Ukraine.
Well, first of all, they're not. The media is showing a one-slanted. That's what they do all the fucking time.
And the only people been bombing people and shit like that has been America, man.
Right.
So
I sent
I
the video.
deleted. Maybe you sent it to me.
Yeah, I said that.
But
I put it in the info room.
But I took that screenshot of the
the mushroom crime?
No. It had a whole list of all the places they done bombed just in the last
Couple years.
The list was ridiculous.
And
And ain't nobody else done it. They said, and then the thing was well, how many have China bombed? It was zero. How many has Russia bombed? It was zero.
Yeah.
America has bombed and predator droned and killed women and children,
Dozens,
they're not getting blasted all over the media for being,
They'll even do it by accident and say, "Oh, we're sorry. We thought that was
sorry about all your family
your
members.
civilians. My bad. We thought that
Oops.
Muhammad al-Badladi went over to this room when he wasn't over there. He had left about 20 minutes early. We got the intel late. You know what I'm saying? But that's the narrative that Esau paint. Like the scriptures in Psalm says, his words are forked tongue. Yeah, I'm loosely praying for how Gad calls it. Smooth as water. His words are smoother than butter. Got that forked tongue. He's a fucking snake. They're not gonna tell you that before Russia even went into started defending the Donetsk. I don't know the region. Donbass. Two regions that's in Ukraine said no, we should still side with Russia.
Exactly.
And then Ukraine started. What it was a week or so. Ukraine started bombing them, and then we had the videos saying, "Hey, now look, they saying this and that, but guess who started shit? It's Ukraine doing those other regions that Ukraine said, no, y'all gonna be with us. They said, no, we with Russia. Russia said, no, if they with us, then you ain't." That's the hook. The Lord is pulling them in. Yeah. The Lord is reeling them in, and this is going to keep escalating. Now I was watching the news while I was at the bowling alley, and I couldn't hear what they were saying, but all the pictures that kept flashing up on the news, all right, was different people protesting Russia across the globe, in this country, in that country. Martin, it's like they're spinning this narrative to demonize.
They getting it's a lot of crisis actors out there. It's just like the image that appeared of the woman, the same woman from like several other things, and there's someone
Boston, and then
someone
Sandy Hook, and
no, not this one. This was something different, but same thing. Yeah. This was a woman that was a victim of something over there in one of those Eastern European nations, but one of them Crimean type things or Ukrainian things. But it's the same woman, and she was, and they put a compilation of all the different newspaper clippings. She was like, and it was like 6 or 7 of them plus one current one. And the question is why is the media using old images to talk about what's going on in Ukraine today? So that makes you question if they're doing it now, what were they doing then? All right, and then bring that the screen back down. I mean the comments.
Okay,
because I saw something that the brother Zion Kodash put in. It said, it says that Ukraine was a part of Russia long before USSR was a part of Russia from the 1600s.
See, you cannot just turn around and tell somebody else.
You got centuries and centuries of history and connection, there. You just can't,
Why did they think that Ukraine had to give back the nuclear weapons that they had? They was Russians. So when they fractured like that, them weapons had to go back to Russia because back into their arsenal because they was theirs in the first place. That was Russia's southern strike post from where they were launched at. Okay, this is what that was. So I mean, them doing what they doing now is like they want to paint Putin as the villain, but guess what? The same person did this. John F. Kennedy. They painted him the hero for the Cuban Missile
for the Cuban thing,
and that was the same thing. That was the same thing.
Yeah,
it should be.
That's right. The West is something else. The way we see how they do with history. Everything is being revealed because history has been held. I was watching Netflix today, and yet there's another series of Valhalla, and you can get everything right. As far as the dress that they wore, the way that they dressed,
Exactly.
the jewelry that they wore, the type weapons that they wore, everything, the way that they lived, the way that they built their homes and all that. But yet you can't get the right people. You still got all these blind, pale flesh people. And I'm sorry to tell you, for some of you, it may be news, but a lot of people do know the Danes were not Caucasians.
That's right.
The people that live in Sweden today, the Danish people today, were not the same people during the time of Ragnar that was going against Ethelred and all that. They were those people. Those people. Look, You know, those people look like, you know, the images on my Bible. Sorry.
Don't they still have
You know?
the blackface parade over there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was trying to.
They got
Oh,
no,
no, it's still strong. Now just in
okay.
front of it. If you you can put it back in front of it.
And then you put it back in front.
The original Russian red.
What?
The last czar that was killing Russia.
No,
That was a
I'm sitting right here. I have the window. I haven't
Okay,
shared
con.
it. Yeah, I got you.
Matter of fact, go to the. Don't even worry about that. We're gonna do you one better. Go to the Voronet Church of Romania.
Now, hold on.
The Voronet
Let me share it.
Church of Romania.
Let me share
And
it.
what? And I believe that the images on this church, if I'm not mistaken, is from the 11th century. I just did a video on it a couple days ago, man.
What's the name of it again?
Voronet, Voronet. In Romania. This is a church. You would think that they would tear something like this down because the evidence on it is so condemning. But on the outside of this church is a whole painting of the prophecies and the destruction of Edom in the end of days on the church. And it's showing you on the very church. You can zoom in on them. Now, you see that overhang?
Uh-huh.
Now, see that overhang? That blocks the very top from direct sun. So everything that's in the nature that in direct sunlight has faded. But when you get to the top,
This part right here.
The host, that's Yahweh Shai, the Lord sitting on the throne. When you get up top where it's protected, see how the overhang is like a bill on the hat.
Yeah, right.
Everything is still dark. That's where this image comes from. All the saints and the host of heaven and the Lord are all so-called black.
Ooh.
You see?
And
Right
you
there
can
on
see
this church. And then if you zoom in on there, if you can make that larger, right there you see angels destroying so-called white people. And they're in chains. Right on this church, man. I did a lesson on this church, on these images. That's where this comes from. It's been on my Bible all along. When I found out the church, I had to have it, man. And yet, Putin over there, right? When you get to the top, they're all still dark. All right, for anyone who wants to dispute, and that's why Snowden wrote in his book, Blacks in Antiquity, how important art and relics is.
That's it.
Because the art and the relics will tell you the truth about a matter, well, what's written in the text won't.
And the name of this part of the mural painting is called the Last Judgment painting.
Yeah,
Ooh.
and so right there, if you can,
I'm trying, but
it won't go any. You got to probably find another.
No, I'm gonna have to save
But right there where the arrow is, you see there's an angel. All those those are all Edomites, in chains, stripped, and they're in chains with yokes of iron. That's where you find it right here in this painting, and they're all being put to death and being tortured by the angels.
So they killed everybody could be saved, doctor.
It kills everybody can be saved right there on that church, and that's in Romania, proving that. So I guess a bunch of white people painted a bunch of black people in the church killing white people, right? That now you can see that. You can see it up there. This image right here.
There go vocab lab
Right here. Which bring it back up, move it. Right there, the angel, right there. All these people, those are Edomites. And the angel with the big fro that's now faded. The angels with the shields and the spears are putting all them into slavery. There it is.
And see, this is why Esau hate the relics.
And they turn it, and when they turn off my camera when I'm doing these lessons like this. And so that's on and that's in the 11th century in Romania. So what that proves is that so I guess a bunch of white people, so-called, painted all these images of all these dark people and dark angels putting white people in slavery. Okay.
They say actions speak louder than words.
Yeah. So and remember, when you go to the top, you can all the color is still on it because it's not in the elements. See, right? Because the overhang, like the bill on the hat, protects the upper portion of it. So everything's still dark. Everything else is getting hit by the sun and the rain and the wind and the elements for centuries. So it all lighten up. You notice they all got afros. That's where this image comes from. This image just comes right off that. And I've had this for like 7-8 years now. This image. I've transferred it to 2 different Bibles already.
That's right. And you know.
So you were not the Danes.
Thank you.
You were not the Brits.
That's right.
You were not the Irish. You were not the
Vikings.
The Scots. The Danes being the Vikings.
Right.
That was not you. All right, but yet they keep lying on television. See, we're at the time when the exposure of all lies. Isaiah 24 and 25 and 7 about the shot. Right, you can clearly see that's the Lord. He got a fro. He's sitting on the throne, and all the hosts of heaven around him, and those praising him. They all dark flesh with afros. Okay, and you can imagine. You go back a couple hundred years, they were even darker.
Right.
See, because this is outside,
and this was even more.
And I'm shocked that they even left this standing. Because we saw, those images you were asking about last night.
Mm-hmm.
We had all those images of the Jewish soldiers with all the black
Jewish
icons, the Russian Jewish soldiers with all the dark images of the Lord that they were bringing out of the churches in Russia. They were trying to destroy them all and hide them all.
That's it.
Okay.
And they took pictures to mock it. And they'll show it like, ha ha, just like Esau over here did pictures to mock us, put us on the trees and take picnics, pick a nigga and take pictures and send postcards on us. They like to commemorate it because it's part of their hubris. So the Most High took understanding out of them, right? So so
all things are being revealed.
Mm-hmm.
All right, the prophecies are coming to pass, and this is the major one. The awakening of the Israelites. All right, the awakening, the mass awakening of both the northern and the southern kingdom. All right, I just saw two different things on YouTube where they were talking about that. All right, this mass awakening and what's the thing, that unspoken bullshit that's out right now? Right, unspoken, and they trying to make you remain black. All right.
You pull this picture right here.
Oh yeah.
And that the same guy who dropped his who popped his magazine out?
I don't know if it's the same guy, but
It looks like him.
if you look,
That's Liam Nelson.
those
I have
are
a
not
particular
real
set
guns.
of skills.
Those are cardboard cutouts. If you look closely, you probably can't see on the projector. You can look on your phones in the group, it's info room. Those are not real guns.
Right.
Oh no, come on. We can zoom in too.
Wow.
Like somebody took some soap and
That ain't shooting nothing out but some paper.
Wow. Look at these sons of bitches. So this is complete and total fabrication of information, man. We don't know what's really going on.
And that's what I was trying to tell one of my bowling teammates.
This guy's got cardboard guns.
Yes.
Yeah. This is the same guy that was in a commercial. That's him.
Interview.
He was in an interview where he's standing behind, he had a real gun.
Yeah.
And you can see him purposely push the button and eject his the magazine, let it hit the ground, just being funny. Like, this shit ain't real. It's almost like he was sending a message to let the people know that this was all bullshit, because the news broadcaster person was talking about the crisis and all the stuff that's going on, and the people are running and the citizen soldiers, and he's standing behind them, and you can see him purposely. You see him smile. You see him look at the other dude who's trying not to laugh, and he pushes a button and lets his magazine fall.
And they had a hearty laugh when dude picked it up and handed it back to him.
Yes.
They laughed, let it together.
Mm-hmm. So this is all propaganda and bullshit, man. We're not getting the real story about what's really going on, man.
Negative.
So we don't know what's really going on.
And
now you got evidence of these guys. This is hardcore evidence, man. I imagine this video might get deleted, man. A lot of shit came out on it. But you got guys with cardboard guns being put on the news.
Hey,
Breaking news: Ukrainian crisis takes, and they got cardboard guns. Are you kidding me?
See, and people are so gullible. They don't do any research.
Yeah.
They believe that whatever the news says, they believe it. I'm at the bowling alley earlier today, and they was like, "Yeah, there's going on in Russia and Ukraine, and so what Putin is doing." And I cut it right away. I said, "Okay," and we basically spoke about the scenario. What if Chicago used to be part of the American Union, the United States of America, but then we broke off. Illinois broke off the Union, seceded, and they said, "Oh, you know what? Fine, whatever." But then we start kicking it with North Korea, and let North Korea bring some tanks here and some weaponry into Illinois. Look, man, the United States gonna destroy this motherfucker place.
EMP technology.
You know what I'm saying?
Right? You think they're not gonna come take it back?
And you don't think they're gonna defend the rest of their nation because they have a threat from North Korea, which we're not cool with, and now we're here in Illinois letting North Korea come bring in nukes and EMPs and tanks and artillery. Man, you will see, and from Indiana to what you call it, Michigan, all the neighboring states that border Illinois,
Be surrounded.
It's going to be surrounded, and it's going to be an international fucking crisis, bro. You don't just put your military and things over there to someone else's backyard, man.
And expect them to never do anything. And you know, and the thing is that makes somebody go to Ezekiel 38 when he says he's going to put hooks in and bring them back, because Putin has been dealing with this since he's been made the president.
Mm-hmm.
He's been dealing with it because first he was like before he was a president.
He was a KGB.
No, before that
Right.
he was the minister of defense.
Right.
All right, he was the prime minister. He was Prime Minister Putin, and that other guy was the president. And I think they switched, if I'm not mistaken. The dude who used to be the president, he took some other form of office, and Putin became the president.
And then
So
changed the
Putin's
rules.
been in
Now
office a long time.
He changed the rules, so now he's damn near
permanent
president.
now.
He's
He's
permanent
permanent.
president. He's been changed.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, so he's a dictator now, but that's fine.
And that's some.
America selects this new dictator every 4 years.
Thank
Anyway,
you. Thank you. Thank you.
the face of it anyway.
Exactly.
Right behind the scenes, right?
Exactly, because behind the scenes,
It ain't changed. It's
right?
that
The
same
people,
family.
exactly, man.
The Rothschild Childian devils.
Right, and that's what they own right now to get to their ultimate agenda of a one world government, a new world order. But it's a thing called gradualism.
That's it.
All right, and whether it's geopolitical or geoeconomic, it's all to ease and ooze to their ultimate agenda of Dorito chipping everyone, and basically playing God. So we know the ultimate agenda, but the sequence of events and how they gonna do it, hey, we're gonna see it play out.
You're gonna see that play out, man. And one thing for sure, that this Putin has been dealing with this patiently, and I've been like, damn, man, he's taking a lot of shit. And finally, those hooks have been pulled in, and now he's being pulled back,
Yeah.
just like the prophecy said.
Yeah,
man.
that's right.
Well, he has said that, like I said, I did a sit down on this. The Spirit told me to do a sit down on this a few days ago. When like I said, when all this stuff fractured, he left it alone. But like you said, Donbass and the other spot, when he decided to, you want me to recognize all these different fractions that broke away from the Soviet Union as individuals. When he signed a pen, he knew he had two that's already one, like you said, that's Russian and hard.
Mm-hmm.
And he said, when you ask for help, I got you. And that's exactly what happened. They've been bombing Kyiv, bombing Donbass and all this other kind of shit. And they said, well, he signed, I'm recognizing all you as individuals. They said, well, we need help. Got you.
And now it's a problem, but that's the Lord.
That's the problem.
And that's, man, who got the hook scripture?
This is Isaiah 38:1. It says, "And the word of the Lord Yahweh came unto me, saying, Son of man, set thy face against God."
Yeah, I was wondering too. In my mind, I said, damn, he was running Isaiah. And I was like, okay, that's fine.
It's like,
That's
brother, you
Ezekiel
found some new hidden
38:4.
scriptures.
yeah, that's beautiful.
Ezekiel 34, and I will turn thee back and put hooks into thy jaws.
Go up some.
Started at verse one. He had
Yeah,
it right.
right.
He had it
Remember,
right.
yeah,
He said it wrong.
He just called it wrong.
He had the scripture. Okay. Oh, okay. All
Go
right.
ahead.
Isaiah 38:1.
Ezekiel
Ezekiel
38:1.
38:1.
Go ahead.
And the word of the Lord Yahweh came unto me, saying, Son of man, set thy face against God in the land of Magog, the chief prince of Meshach and Tubal, and prophesy against him.
Right, so he's prophesying against the land. He's referring to that land because Putin is an Edomite, and it's outside of the scattered Israelites that are among those people. That's primarily Edomite land territory. over there.
I got it on the screen right here.
They're occupying Gog and Magog, the land of it, and so the Lord is referring to it by that name, but don't get it twisted. Those are Edomites that
That's
are in
it.
control. The earth was given into the hands of the wicked.
That's it.
Right? There is no scriptures that say that Japhet would have this sort of power or be doing the sort of things
That's right.
to the Israelites or to the world that Esau's doing.
That's right.
All right, right. It didn't say that the earth was given into the hands of the wicked and Japheth.
That's right.
It didn't say that.
And if you look
The
at
wicked, according to the Bible, is Esau, Edom.
absolutely.
All
If
right.
you look at this map, where Japheth used to be, Gog and Magog, so forth. Now Russia, Esau has taken it over. So Mosiah is still dealing with the landmass, right? And that's why you see here on the screen, you see Gog, and underneath you see Russia. So the Lord's using that as an
And but that's also why a lot of Christians, which they know. Well, I wouldn't say that maybe the ones that are now, but when they set that whole thing up, when they were setting up these seminary schools, these cemetery schools, as the apostle calls them, they taught that misinformation on purpose.
That's right.
Right, because that's to try to throw you off the trail of Esau, Edom, and they make people, and a lot of people to this day still believe that there are two sets of white people. that they're Edomites, white people, and they're Japhet, white people. No, Japhet was a people of color, man.
That's it.
And we've proven that 1,000 times over already.
Well, they already said that that the small hats are not the white people, when we know clearly that they both of them so-called white people.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But that's Esau trying to water the narrative and control the narrative. All right. But the narrative's falling apart.
Well, he's trying to confuse the narrative.
That's it.
And the truth, that's what it is. He's trying to keep confusion going.
That's it. Because you know what happens when you push the confusion? You get the sincere Jake that's coming. He might be sincerely wrong, and he come and see it, and they say, "Oh, wait a minute, that's confused." Okay, then this. Okay, you know what? I'm just going to not even deal with this because you go here, you saying the Bible, this, you saying this, what? You know what? I'm just going to do me. See, but which is a danger to themselves because we hardly guess it right by our damn selves. You need the scriptures to give you the construct and the instructions on how to live, move, and have your being, and the prophecies to know what's about to happen in this world.
Right? And as you're looking at this landmass, like he said, Ukraine and Belarus are sitting right in the land of Gog and Magog, which means they were always a part of it.
That's it.
All right. And so, Esau Edom took that land over, and now he's went over there and broken it up. He's got his mostly all his NATO involved countries over there. And as a matter of fact, Gog and Magog, the Russians, those Edomites and Russians, they're the real reason why World War II was won in the first place.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah,
they were the main instrument, and it's like in American history, it's like they don't even really teach that part or talk about that part. Right. The Russians were very instrumental in beating the Germans, man.
That's it.
Right. All right, they beat the Germans on the Russian front. Now they did a lot of sick shit. There was a lot of cannibalism going on out there, but nevertheless, they're one of the main reasons why America reigned supreme in World War II. And then when they built all those nations up, the Lord is cold with it, man. He's a master chess player. All right, because when NATO was built up, the Russians were left out of it.
Exactly.
They built up NATO to be, and you know what? Because they felt, they was like, well, we would. Right, it's like, man, these guys are too powerful. We wouldn't have won this war without them.
Exactly.
So this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna bring all these other small nations together, and we're gonna lead them out.
We don't want them to come against us.
And that's exactly what they did.
And just for the record, side note, if you look at the bottom of this, Gog, Rosh, you see Meshach, then you go see Azerbaijan, then you see Georgia. In Georgia is where the Caucasus Mountains are. All the Edomites came from out of Georgia after they were ran out. And
they
pushed
got
up.
forced
into
because after they came out of the mountains of Mount Seir, when they got control over Greece and Rome and all that. All right, when they went down, they were forced into the mountains of Georgia, Russia.
That's it.
All right, which is what they call the Caucasus Mountain. Why they try to say they're Caucasian. So that was that. Did we ever read that Isaiah 25:7?
No.
Let's read it because this is a perfect time to read it right about now.
Isaiah chapter 25 verse 7, and he will destroy in this mountain the face of the covering cast over all people.
Right. So there was a covering cast over all the nations, man. Because think about it. Why is it that only one people on the planet Earth have a name that's connected to the people in the Bible, and everybody else is just Gentiles, a generic label. All right, so you can know all this about the Judaism, all right, but yet you don't know. You got all this history, secular history about Rome and about Greece and Rome and all this other stuff, but then you don't know what happened after that. So is that when the Dark Ages come in? Everything got lost. All the confusion happened because Jake took over. Right. So when Jake took over, they lost all the records. Jake couldn't keep no files. Then they file cabinets all fucked up or something.
Right.
This 2 Thessalonians 2:8, and then shall that wicked be revealed, whom the Lord shall consume with the spirit of his mouth, and shall destroy with the brightness of his coming.
That's it.
Go ahead, break it down.
So it's time for you to be exposed, man. All the lies you were told, now you're getting exposed. See, it's a process. You gotta get exposed. and
That'd be made bare, laid bare.
bare. And, you know, then when the Lord come back, he's gonna get physically take your red ass down.
That's
Yeah,
it.
you that man behind the curtain, total exposure.
Exactly.
Hey,
Exactly.
the brother,
You know,
Wizard of Oz.
the brother Zion Kodash too said Vladimirovich Putin, he went deep. A Russian politician and former intelligence officer who is the president of Russia, a position he has filled since 2012. And previously from 1999 until 2008. He was also the prime minister from 1999 to 2000, and again from 2008 to 2012. Putin is the second longest curtain-serving European president after Alexander Lukashenko.
so he went from the KGB to this other title, and then to president since 2012. So this man has been in office a long time, and this whole time, and in that whole time, there's been tensions between America and Russia and NATO. It has been, but all of a sudden now, why? Because the hooks have been put in. All right.
And if you really go back, Putin was cool with the Bushes, Papa Bush and Little Bush. And early on in that time frame, he was, because he was new and he was out there. You see them smiling, we having meetings, going to private, retreats and so forth. And he was everything he said out of his mouth, according to America and Bush and all, was great until America attacked, I think, Gaddafi, I believe. And he was like, "The fuck y'all do that for?" I mean, and he said publicly like that wasn't wise. They shouldn't have done that the way they did it. That's not cool. And from then he's been backstepping everything because he saw like, man, y'all some snakes. And so he'd been like distance himself. And even all the last couple of months when America said, Putin's about to attack, Putin's about to attack, Putin's about to attack, Putin's like, I'm not attacking shit.
Well, he made him look bad on the 2000. On the 15th of February. That was a big fumble, America fumble, because they put out to the whole world that they had evidence and intelligence showing that he was going to attack on 2015. They even gave times. So till 2/15/22, basically America got put on blast with just telling lies and propaganda. They got exposed to the whole world. And Kika put up there, hello Pika.
Yeah, that's all. Yeah,
Kika.
That Britain, they say they won the war.
They said that they won the war too, and they're right. So, because I got a book at home about what's his name, Churchill, and they big up in him too, man. So, but the truth is that the reason why Europe is still standing today, one of the main reasons that Europe is still standing, well, the Lord, it needed to be preserved for prophecy.
That's right.
But one of the main reasons was because of Russia, and it's like they disavow that it's not like they're not acknowledging that they had anything to do with it.
They even showed you that Hogan Hero. One of the places they will send you to is the Russian front. They used to talk about it all the time when they would send somebody to the Russian front, because there was a lot of fierce fighting going on at that Russian front.
Right. Yeah, man.
You got a precept? Go ahead, bro. No, go get it. You got a precept? No. We were done with that.
I got
You got something?
Bring it out, brother.
This is Isaiah 47:1. It says, "Come down and sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon. Sit on the ground, there is no throne, O daughter of the Chaldeans, for thou shalt no more be called tender and delicate. Take millstone and grind meal, uncover the locks, make bare the leg, uncover the thigh."
And she is being, when you come, she's been thoroughly exposed. Uncover the thigh, break everything. Esau, you are being broken down from the rooted to the tutor, man.
Right, and here it is. They see this,
Yep.
all right, and so that's when that Revelation 12:12 kicked in. They know that they have a short time.
Yep.
So they's coming down with this great wrath, because here it is, all these things and skirmishes and vying to keep the power seat, you know what I'm saying, and vying to ultimately get to their ultimate agenda of just, having everyone under their vibration, right? So they're coming down with all these things. That's why the Lord said, before any nation went down totally and it was transitioned to another nation, that it was going to be, wars and pestilences and, all manner of chaos and things going on. So thus, buckle up your seatbelt. You know what I'm saying? And then again, like the elder was going into, that this truth, all right, faith in Yahushua and the record that God gave his son is going to keep you safe. as it says in Isaiah 33 and 6, for wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times and the strength of your salvation, man. Because to be stable in your mind when all these things come, because here it is, you got Jake, all on social media making fun about this whole Ukraine and Russia thing, like it's a joke. You know what I'm saying?
Also say World War III won't happen.
Yeah. You got all these. I mean, they just making it look like it's a joke. Like I think of when I was a shorty and the whole thing with Desert Storm was going on. I didn't give a fuck about none of that. It was like nothing here. It ain't touching here. It's just business as usual over here. And this is the mindset of Jake.
Because that's right. All the Russians, all the Americans, all the Edomites and these other people, they're still the life on us. What are you? Niggas like, huh? Putin. And we're going to make a joke about Putin.
Yeah.
They don't take shit serious. They're not going to take shit serious until that shit touch home.
Well, not only that, and the effects of what's happening over here is going to hit America really hard.
That's it.
And Europe as well, man.
That's right.
Economically, right? I mean, look, like everyone has noticed how expensive food has got, how gas prices. I mean, you paying $5 for your premium gas here in Chicago now, man.
Right.
I can only imagine how high it is in New York and in California.
Yeah.
And so if it's already at $5 in the middle, then you
in the suburbs.
you just wait until you get around April, May, man.
That's it.
Right. And then another, like I said in the beginning when we first went on, another refinery that was just destroyed over there, was just blown up. So when your gas prices go up, when fuel goes up and becomes shortage, then it costs more money to transport and move things, and so the goods and services that's being transported is now going to go up even more, man. If most people are getting to the point where they're going to have to choose between rent, mortgage, or food.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Do I pay my car rent? So you're gonna have people. Well, then I won't pay my car this month. I'll pay the rent this month, and then so you behind on everything, and now you just juggling until you can't juggle no more.
That's it.
You talking about business?
Hey, no.
Came in and walked in him exposing my ass.
But these are the things that's coming here. And so you have the prophets through the spirit and power, Yahweh Shem Yahushua, letting you know these things, and so you can be stable.
That's
all
right.
right,
Preparing your mind.
and preparing your mind in these times, and having your
Seatbelt
buckle.
See, that's what I said. Right before you get in the car, you put the seatbelt on for what? To protect your shit.
That's it.
Right.
Can I hit this real quick?
There.
The title of this article is U.S. warns of global fallout. The world economy will pay a heavy price if the West imposes new sanctions on Moscow. The U.S. Treasury warns.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna jump down.
I like that.
Just
You
right
can
here.
read the article yourself, but I'm gonna jump down. This is a quote in the article.
We ready to
It says if Russia decides to invade, that will also have consequences here at home. But this is the funniest shit right here. But the American people understand that defending democracy and liberty is never without cost.
That's right.
I would not pretend this would be painless. So, like, man, American people don't want their price of shit to go up so you can go over there and fuck with a whole other
Hell no.
country, man.
No.
All right, but that's what happens. Said it's a price to pay, man.
That's it.
That shit's going to affect your
Freedom
pockets
isn't free.
because what happened right now with the shit going on over
Free
there,
dude.
the price of gold is going up. And gold and the dollar is in competition with each
Yes,
other.
sir.
When gold go up, the dollar
Go
goes down.
Absolutely.
When gold goes down, that means people trust the dollar more. So if the price of gold is going up, more people is turning away from the U.S. dollar.
Exactly.
So at some point, James 5 and 1 is going to kick in. And the best part about that James 5, it lets you know that it leads to war. It said this shall burn the earth with fire. Well, right with the Revelation 17, these 10 drink the whore and burn her with fire.
That's right.
See, this war, it's just the beginning, but it's gonna lead to the crash of dollars. It's gonna lead to the market of beast, man.
That's right.
It's gonna lead to great violence and death here on U.S. soil.
That's it.
When shit get too tight, you see what happened in the last 2 years when people became jobless. Crime went through the fucking roof. It's gonna get even crazier.
Hey, it's
man.
getting ready to get crazier, brother. Look, I did the concealed carry thing class. I did it about 3 weeks ago, and listening to the information that the guy was giving in the class, man. And you know how I kept saying that it was going to be home invasions, how crazy it's going to get. According to all the stuff that he was telling us, it's already here. They've been talking about all these carjackings, but what he said, what they're not reporting on the news is all these home invasions, and it's in every state. the people, it's gotten so bad that people are kicking in other people's doors.
Check this.
There it is.
This Atlanta saw 80% increase in rape cases since the pandemic. Since the pandemic, 80% increase.
That's crazy. Now, why is that not on the news? Now, what was it? The comment that
Oh yeah.
So we got rape cases going on, home invasions going on, and because guess what? They kick in the door looking for food, and it's
Big
women
booty,
in there with butt and titties. You know, it's like, well, we were here for the food, but since
I want
since
some of you too.
right, since you're here, you know,
I came for the food.
I'll just help
I
myself.
came for the booty food.
Right, exactly.
Hey, Kika P2 said it's no joke. My daughter and I are going to look around for sanctuaries underground. People can laugh, but I'm serious. And I'll tell you this, Kika, if you really believe and you really believe in Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai and this is the truth, you can sit still. You don't have to worry about that because the Most High is going to take care of His elect. The
And
Most High is, go ahead.
Yeah, I was gonna say, and that's the point of, hey, buckling up.
That's
You
it.
know what I'm saying? You know, getting ready for all this. But the only way that we can get ready is for one, having faith in the record that God gave His Son. All right, which is having faith in Yahweh Shai. To have faith in Yahweh Shai, then that means you got to have a certain mindset, and it can't be conformed to this world or any hope in this world or any philosophy in the deceit of this world. All right, no, he said by the renewing of your mind. And so we got to be kingdom minded. We got to want and hope for Yahweh Shai's return.
That's right.
Yesterday. You know what I'm sayye? And so since we know that He's coming, all right, and we hope that He come yesterday, it says, what manner of man ought ye to be in our holy conversation and godliness?
That's right. Holy conversation and godliness right now. The doomsday prophets, because doom is coming. That's what they like to call. Even my niece, who I really haven't messed with it over the last, which is sad, man, because I saw she took my little nephew away. He was 3 years old. Now the boy 13. You know, I hadn't seen him in almost 10 years, man, because she got angry over this truth. You know. And so, yeah. But anyway, the hell with him, man.
That's right.
I pray for him. The hell with her. You know.
That's right. But if he's part of the elect, the Lord's gonna bring him.
I never did bring it. I did all that talk.
Bring it out, bro.
I got two. Proverbs 18:10. Salaki. It says, the name of the Lord is a strong tower.
That's right.
The righteous runneth into it and is safe.
Yeah, so you can't be calling on Jesus and Jehovah and all them false names, Yahweh and all that.
That's it.
You hear that, Kika?
Yeah.
You can't be doing that. It's the name of the Lord is Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai.
Yeah. And Miss Kika, I'm humbly telling you this, love. You said I will put my eggs in more than one basket, as they say.
You see, I didn't kick off.
Hey, the fun you do that, your eggs gonna be in the basket for real. I got
Bring it out, brother.
This is Isaiah 30. This is Isaiah 30.
Yeah,
she said just a joke, but just be careful.
Don't joke.
Because the thing is, the bottom line is this: you have to trust in Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai. If you don't trust in Him, I don't give a damn if you go 10, 20 leagues under the sea. I don't care if you go into the bunkers under the mountains. I don't care if you're going out of space. There's gonna be if you're going 20 leagues into the sea, Leviathan gonna get you. If you go into the mountains, the men of the Lord gonna reach out and the angels gonna pull you out that fucking mountain. If you're going out of space, the angels gonna get you. You have to, like the brother put up earlier, and one of the brothers had put after you had made the first comment. The Kazakh, the elder brother, he said, we got next. Max said it's like it. The next sanctuary is the chariots, and then Kazakh had put in Psalms 18:3. I will call upon Yahweh, who is worthy to be praised. So shall I be saved from mine enemies. It didn't say how. The Lord said, they that wait on the Lord shall be saved. Right. So we just making you sure the pathway to get to salvation is believing, trusting, and waiting on the Most High.
Yeah, and all the eggs.
That's right.
All the eggs are in the bag. We all in on Yahweh Shai.
Yeah, there is no plan B.
Right.
There is no plan C. But we got one plan, and that's Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai. Because you can,
the whole alphabet.
There you go, man.
Yeah.
A through Z.
Yeah.
This is Isaiah.
Well, we'll go ahead.
Bring it out,
go ahead.
It's Isaiah 30. It's still on topic, so it's gonna come right. It's Isaiah 30 and
everyone
15. But thus saith the Lord Yahweh, the Holy One of Israel, In returning and rest shall ye be saved. In
Woo.
quietness and in confidence shall be your strength, and ye would not.
Hey, you said in returning.
Mhm.
Yeah, because we all wandered off the way of this understanding.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It says you wander off the way of this understanding, you remain in
The congregation of the
dead.
dead.
So we have to return to Yahweh.
That's right.
All right, go ahead.
And this word is our rest. That's Isaiah 28 chapter. All right, how Shai said it. You know, he is that rest. But ye said, no,
Woo.
for we will flee upon horses.
Damn.
Therefore shall ye flee, and we will ride upon the swift. Therefore shall they that pursue you be swift.
That's right.
So whatever measure you think you're going to take in your own hands, the Lord is going to make your enemies more equipped to deal with you even more than if you would have just waited.
Right.
Con,
It says
I got a perfect example. Diego.
That's right.
Because what was that? That was the mom and daughter, right?
Yep. Yep.
And they had the bolted door, all the little security door. They had them a 9mm, and when they were hiding in the back, she said, "Mama, where's the gun?" And she was like, "In the front." All right, where Diego was. So read that scripture again, Bob Kushai.
But ye said, no, we will flee upon horses. Therefore shall ye flee, and we will ride upon the swift. Therefore shall they that pursue you be swift. So whatever measure you plan on taking, the Lord's going to have whatever's meant for you to come even harder.
Yep.
Because this is the safety. It says in Psalm, safety is of the Lord.
Yeah, if you're gonna count on any other strength than Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, then you're gonna fail in that, man.
That's
And
right.
he's going to be extra pissed at you because you had the
Because you
opportunity.
didn't call on him.
Thank
He
you.
says, "Woe to them who went down to Egypt," man.
That's
like,
right above.
you know,
It's
so
the same
that's-
chapter. Yeah.
You can't make this up.
1,000 shall flee at the rebuke of one. At the rebuke of 5 shall ye flee, till ye be left as a beacon upon the top of a mountain, and as an ensign on an hill. And therefore will the Lord wait, that he may be gracious unto you. So the Lord's gonna allow, and all you niggas that, you know, you got niggas now on social media, they train and they get in the gun range and shit,
Mhm.
teaching their kids to shoot. This finna happen. That's what
Yeah, because they see the Edomites doing it, so now Jake trying to do it.
Wait a minute.
Right, but you know, okay, that's fine. You learning to get your skills, but if you think that that's going to save
Right.
you,
Right, 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 right.
the most mightiest warrior in the history of mankind said that he didn't depend on his seal, on his sword,
That's right.
his bow. He depended on Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai.
That's right.
He said that.
That's right.
And the Lord's gonna allow whatever death that's set for you to come. He's gonna leave his elect there to be a beacon, to be a sign.
That's
The Lord's gonna wait and allow shit to happen to y'all. All right, so the mercy can be shown upon his elect, man.
That's right.
And therefore, will the Lord wait that he may be gracious unto you. He's gonna allow you to be fucked up. There's only gonna be a beacon left, man. And therefore, and that beacon is it says an ensign as well on the hill. That means it's gonna be miracles happening. The Lord's gonna be saving his elect. All type of wild stuff happening
Mhm.
because the elect's gonna. Hey, I'm keep going. This is what the elect's gonna do. And therefore, will he be exalted, that he may have mercy upon you. For the Lord is the power of judgment. Blessed are all they that wait for him. The elect is going to wait on you. How about Shem Yahweh Shai? And the Lord said that his elect is going to eat. They're going to have abundance.
Yep.
They're going to be merry.
It's stable.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Yep.
Now, what I will say is that I'm not telling anyone, you know, not to get yourself some extra water, some food. But to think that that's going to save you, no.
Right.
At the end of the day, it's all about the Lord, man.
That's right.
Right? You know, I can't put on my gi and stand at my front door and jiu-jitsu the whole damn world.
That's right.
You know,
Right.
You know,
I know, right? But it's not gonna happen.
But it ain't gonna happen, man.
Hey, see, but
Right?
hey, with the spirit, and
The
power-
first dude get choked, the next dude gonna shoot me.
Hey, see, but with that spiritual power that the Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai gonna endow you with, then you can.
Yep.
You know what I'm
Well,
saying?
how Ratazar, it be so.
That's
you
it.
know,
right.
But
That's it. But what you got, Pop?
Finish it.
I've
got a scripture.
Oh, okay. Well,
Let's get this scripture.
Want to get yours?
Y'all can go ahead. They play.
All right. This is the book of Acts, chapter 3. The point is in 16, but I want to get a little backdrop of the story. So I'm going to just start at 1 and read pretty fast. So it says Acts 3:1. Now Peter and John went up together into the temple at the hour of prayer, being the 9th hour. And a certain man, lame from his mother's womb, was carried, who they had laid daily at the gate of the temple, which is called Beautiful, to ask alms of them that entered into the temple, who seeing Peter and John about to go into the temple, asked an alms. And Peter fastened his eyes upon him with John and said, look on us. And he gave heed unto them, expecting to receive something of them. Then Peter said, silver and gold have I none, but such as I have give I thee. In the name of Yahushua,
That's right.
of Nazareth, rise up and walk. And he took him by the right hand and lifted him up. And immediately his feet and ankle bones received strength. And he leaping up stood and walked and entered with them into the temple, walking and leaping and praising Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh.
So yeah, man, you've been to the point where all you can do is drag yourself along the ground. You can't walk, and all of a sudden you in here dancing like Fred Astaire in the movie, man.
You know what I'm saying?
He was, that was a miracle, man. And read some more, brother.
Yeah, it said from his birth too. So it says,
So that means all the people who lived around him knew it, saw it. They knew that this man couldn't walk.
right? So it says, verse 9, and all the people saw him walking and praising the Most High. And they knew that it was he which sat for alms at the beautiful gate of the temple. And they were filled with wonder and amazement at that which had happened unto him, as the lame man which was healed held Peter and John, was healed. I'm sorry, verse 11. And as the lame man which was healed held Peter and John, all the people ran together unto them in the porch, that is Solomon's, greatly wondering. And when Peter saw it, he answered unto the people, ye men of Israel, why marvel ye at this? Or why look ye so earnestly on us, as though by our own power or holiness we have made this man to walk? The God of Abraham and Isaac and Jacob, the God of our fathers, hath glorified his son Yahushua, whom ye delivered up and denied him in the presence of Pilate, when he was determined to let him go. But ye denied the Holy One and just, and desired a murderer to be granted unto you, and killed the Prince of Life, who the Most High hath raised from the dead, whereof we are witnesses. Here's the point, verse 16. And his name, through faith in his name, hath made this man strong, whom ye see and know. Yea, the faith which is by him hath given him this perfect soundness in the presence of you all. And now, brethren, I wot that through ignorance ye did it, as did also your rulers. But those things which the Most High before had showed by the mouth of all his prophets that Yahushua should suffer, he hath so fulfilled. Repent ye therefore and be converted, that your sins may be blotted out when the time of the refreshing shall come from the presence of the Lord. All right. So even here and now, repent and be converted, and wholly give yourself all the eggs in the basket of Yahushua, so you can be perfect in soundness and in just as this lame man was, man, because it's going to be faith in Yahushua. That is our seatbelt. That's our buckle. Okay, and so buckle up your seatbelt, man.
That's right.
That's right.
Hey, you make me want to hit. I want to hit one that brothers put on here, but I'm going to quote. The Lord says, "Some trust in chariots, right? Some trust in this and trust in that. We gonna trust in Yahweh Shai, man.
That's right.
All right. Derakia, he said, Job 5:19, he shall deliver thee in 6 troubles, yea, in 7 there shall no evil touch thee." That if you put your seatbelt on, the sweet seatbelt of truth, knowledge, wisdom, and understanding of Yahweh Shai, he is going to bring you through. Now, don't get it twisted. Let's keep the analogy. If you're buckling up your seatbelt, like you say, the guys were obviously in the T-top were not in the seatbelt because they would have been flew out the car.
All right. They might have survived.
They might have survived and they might have not. But this is still a rocky road. All right. And we have to gird up our loins like men. We have to quit yourselves like men. And I'm talking to the men, but that's
And they
also
were Edomites too.
Oh, that's perfect. That's even
They
better.
was Edomites.
I hope they really got it good. I hope, matter of fact, I hope they didn't die. I hope they fucking vegetable.
They jacked up.
You know what I'm saying? You know, and but the bottom line is we have learned coming into the truth that knowledge and wisdom shall be the stability of thy times and strength of salvation. To you, the strength of your salvation means you got to go and get the knowledge. That knowledge is going to increase your faith. That faith is going to be the buckler, the belt. It's going to keep you through whatever, because you cannot. How can you plan for
Would you
whatever?
ride a roller coaster without locking the thing down?
Hell no. Matter of fact, it's funny you say that.
You
I
know
remember
what?
going to Great America and I saw people putting it on, and the kid, he put this one boy, he was trying to put his thing on and it wouldn't go down, and he started panicking because the thing was, they said like they ready to go ahead and watch, but he's like, hold on, hey, hold on, it's not. And of course they were not going to move until they get it down, but he was so panicking because he's like, oh shit, everybody else is going, but I'm moving mine, and we ain't going nowhere if this shit motherfucking go down. You know what I'm saying? And of course, they came and helped them release whatever got stuck and it went down. But the thing is, like you said, you're not going to go on that roller coaster going 50 miles, 60 miles an hour, or 200, 300 feet off the ground where there are roller coaster accidents all the goddamn time. Hell no. Then how much more your salvation? How much more your spirit and your life?
This is Mark 12:30. And thou shalt love Yahweh thy power with all thy heart,
Some of it.
and with all thy heart, and with all thy soul, with all thy mind, and with all thy strength. This is the first commandment.
So with all your mind means you have to actively, with your mind, be seeking, looking, watching, praying, building, growing.
Right.
If you're not doing those things, what do you think the Lord want to save you for? Lord ain't looking to save you. He's going to say you, I don't know you.
Right.
Right. And
Right.
you guess what? You got these Nigerians over in Ukraine that were over there for school.
Oh yeah.
And most Nigerians are what? Jake, man. All right. And guess what?
Yeah,
They're leaving them stranded there in the middle of the war situation and not giving them seats on the trains to get out of there.
Right.
But you know what? I saw the thing, but they were letting the Indians go and they were letting all the other people go. But you Nigerians, oh no. They making them stand there and wait. All right.
So
As
all
bombs
that
and bullets are flying, but all the other people are getting seats on the trains to get out of there, man.
Can't
All right.
sit here.
So right, their seats taken. You know. So hey, look, man, you foreign Jakes, you know.
They don't love
You
you.
Jakes are all over the place, scoffing Jakes.
Mhm.
Man, you're gonna die the death of heathens.
That's it. And the Lord set you up over there. That's for a reason, man.
Somebody grab that Zechariah 7.
I got to
Go ahead, brother.
This is second Ezra 9.
I get it myself.
Started
The
9 and
2/3
9.
scripture.
Oh, I got you.
Then shall they be in a pitiful case, which now have abused my ways, and they that have cast them away despitefully shall dwell in torment. Okay, so like I said, the men are out here putting his word on the airwaves. So wherever you can hear it at, you can turn your life around and start doing the things you need to do to get it right.
Man.
Okay, but they're not doing it, and so this is why it's gonna be this. For such as in their life have received benefit and have not known me, and they that have loathed my law.
I remember this when the word say loathe, that means the Bible's written by a man. I'm a good person. I don't need this. I don't want to hear that. The Bible, that's written by, it was a book written by man.
Every other book you've ever read was written by men.
And they cool with that.
And you cool with that.
The nigga yesterday said he believed mythology is more important than
That shit is so
Wow. Hold on, that's what this nigga said, bro.
Mythology. Mythology.
Wow.
What's the false?
Where camp you at?
Southside.
He was across because I looked over there and saw him.
It's
Because I was looking for y'all in front of the Trader Todd's, but
They moved.
Yeah.
They moved.
It's all good.
Yeah.
No, that's perfect. But that's stupid.
Mythology.
I just had an argument the other day with the little lady friend, which I don't no longer
Right,
have
and
her
then
anymore.
they even lie about mythology because all those characters were so-called
Shit! Yes,
It was all black. And
Zeus,
so when you
Jupiter,
look at
all of
them-
them were so-called black. You look at the icons. You look at the star. Yes, yes. And if you go look at the icons, you look at the marble statues, and you look at the fucking icons. They're all black. Zeus is a nigga with afro and a beard.
Not to them.
Black beard.
Okay. Well, okay.
and that goes to show you that the dangers, the whole Viking thing's full of shit, because that's the gods that they believed in, the mythology gods, and that's how you know they was Jake, and they weren't, because the relics, there are still Greek relics. Those are the after ones. Those are Renaissance relics.
Yeah, right.
There are still Greek relics. I have the books at home.
Oh, the vases
with the images on them.
Vice,
Right.
whatever you
Yeah,
call them.
ton. I have about 3 or 4 different books that has the relics of all they're gonna show you is Renaissance shit.
Yeah, you gotta really type in Greek
Hey,
vases.
so
You
like,
know-
can I say something?
Go ahead, bro.
Those same pagan gods like Thor is the same thing as Shango from Yoruba culture, man. Sure, they the same people. They worship the same fucking idols.
Well, there it is, man. And
Yeah.
and so they worshiping
Niggas.
Odin and Thor and all these gods, but they're right. And Dan is perfect. Danites, the Dan,
Nice.
that, right? Dumb ass niggas. D.A.N. The tribe of Dan. Dumb ass niggas. Right? Go ahead, brother.
Okay. Starting now again. Then shall they be in a pitiful case which have abused my way, and they that have cast them away despitefully shall dwell in torment. For such as in their life have received benefit and have not known me, and they that have loathed my law while they had yet liberty, and when as yet place of repentance was open unto them, understood not, but despised it. The same must know it after death by pain.
There you go, man.
That's it.
And that pit, yeah. And you know what? I don't want no parts of that.
That's right.
You know?
Yeah, you gonna let yourself have to deal with the Lord that controls time and space and all this, and what you perceive in your head to be a quick.
Those are actually the Vases. Right. And you got some of those that Hercules is actually on.
Right.
And when you look at those of Nimrod, there you go. Those are all dark people. Man.
I was looking for it. Yeah.
So it's going to be hard to find on the regular internet because when you pop up Zeus and stuff, they're going to show you the Renaissance art.
Because that's what they always do. But yeah,
They're going to show you the Renaissance versions of everything.
I had to go do like
You got to
said,
really
do the
go
base
deep.
part.
And those images are in different books and stuff. And Blacks in Antiquity, they're in there, and then I got a couple other books that they're
Because he's trying to
and that's
suppress it.
what Snowden wrote that,
And that's why they try to kill his ass.
Why it's so no, not him, the Snowden that wrote the author of the book. He wrote that in his book, in the insert, he wrote that art, that's why art is more important. I mean, relics and art are more important than the written word, because they will write whatever they want to write, but the art and the relics show you a different story.
Yeah.
Just like we started off with the Church of Voronet.
That's right.
All right, that church in Voronet tells you a different story. So this is Greece during the time of the Trojan War and all that stuff.
And look at the
These
picture.
are all dark people, man.
Mm-hmm.
And even in writings, it writes about the darkness and the ruddiness of Memnon. You know, we watched the movie Troy. Memnon was portrayed by a white actor. You know, so so to sit up and try to deny these things, you know, like I said, man, everything is being revealed, man.
That's it.
And this revealing, you know, Esau being revealed, you know, by the mouth of the prophets, that's all a part of the end day prophecies, man. Is his history. Somebody real quick get Habakkuk Habakkuk 2 and is it 14, 12, 14? The shameful spirit.
Yep. And why they getting that? I just want to make a point. I was looking for it, but it's in the Apocrypha in the Sirach. I like to get my Apocrypha. But the Lacedaemonians or the Israelites, and if you go into the history, the Lacedaemonians are who they made the movie The 300 about.
The Spartans.
Huh? Stop. You know what? You're right. Stop
Yeah.
Abraham.
That's First Maccabees 12
Yeah.
and 21.
You got it. If you got it, go ahead and get it. Otherwise, if I beat you, first one, first serve. Stop.
Go ahead, bring it out, brother.
This
Bring
is
out the Habakkuk.
This is the book of Habakkuk, chapter 2, verse 16. Thou art filled with shame for glory. Drink you also, and let thy foreskin be uncovered. The cup of Yahweh's right hand shall be turned unto thee, and shameful spewing shall be of thy glory.
Right, and that glory has been their false history. All their lies, man. They have nothing but forges of lies. And their history, the history being the images like we just brought out are very condemning to a lot of the movies that they put out, a lot of imagery that they've used in Hollywood, and to the people who are living in those lands today, who are claiming those heritages, and they're not those people.
See, oh, man, look at this. See, now I just put in Lacedaemonians. Why it says the Black Spartans or Lacedaemonians will pop up on one of these
But then the images from the movie pop up,
and then the so-called white folks.
Which is funny because the 300 comic book, they was niggas.
I actually have that book. Did a couple lessons on it.
Perfect.
And it shows you, and it showed,
I
yeah,
never saw the magazine when the comic myself. I learned it.
yeah. I got the comic, and I got that comic book. You know, for that I bought it for that reason, just to do that lesson. And it was crazy how it happened. How I even found the book, man.
That's the
You
spirit.
know,
The spirit of
because
the Lord, man.
I found it. As a matter of fact, I found it in a comic book store in Hyde Park on my way to meet y'all for camp.
That's
That
beautiful.
little comic book store that
Yeah,
you walk
I'm
by
out
now.
the 51st.
Yeah, and I
50, something
just
like that.
walked in there because I went in there to buy some gum.
Yeah.
All right. Because I saw the little candy stand. I said, oh, let me go ahead and grab me some gum. And then I started looking at the comics, and then I saw the because I had been looking for it online. They wanted a shitload of money for it, and I think I ended up buying the book for like $7. I was like, man, give me that damn book, man.
Run that.
Right.
See, but if you look at these articles, the icons, you see they're dark-skinned men. Especially this one over here. They'll say Black Mediterranean history. Yeah, of course, because we're from the fucking Mediterranean, nigga. We are the Israelites by blood.
As
All right?
if there was a white Mediterranean history.
Come on, brother.
That can, you know, everybody in the Mediterranean, you know, look, and
It was olive.
Right. And olive is green
Right,
or
so
black.
the green olives
Stupid.
or the dark olives. Or the,
You know what I'm saying? Because
You
ain't
know?
no green people walking on the fucking planet. So it have to be so-called black. So y'all, man, Issa, you going down.
So, and this is what I mean by the relics and the art is so important because it's evidence of the presence of people of color, man.
That's it.
And the Israelites were among the people. Those were Japhetic people and Israelites intermingling, man.
Now every time
You know, there's scriptures about how Dan was intermingling and doing stuff with Javin, man. All right.
This is First Maccabees chapter 12, verse 21. It is found in the writing that the Lacedaemonians and Jews are brethren, and that they are of the stock of Abraham.
Ooh, cut.
There
keep
it
going,
is,
keep
man.
going.
Now, therefore, since this is-
Now, click on the Edomites. No, bring it back over so you can see this one because it was right next to
Okay,
it.
yeah. Okay.
Right. So you got this,
Right.
that, and that on the same page, man.
That's it. And that's confusion.
All right.
I'm about
So
to
you
walk
got
out.
relics from the time. You got relics from the time showing you Black Spartans of Lacedaemonia, and then you click down to the movie and you got a bunch of
So-called
white
guys.
guys.
Mhm.
All right, a bunch of pale. There's no such thing as white people. You got a bunch of Edomites.
See, and
Come
then-
on, man.
See, now you once you bring that information out, you force someone who's trying to get information to pick us and choose a side. Then that's when people are like, but damn, do I want to go do this? I don't. That's too much. You know what? I'm just gonna go away because I don't want to know who to believe. I don't want to trust it. I don't want to trust. And see, and if they do that, which is fine, if our gospel be hid, it's hid to them that have motherfucking lost.
That's right.
Because the righteous are gonna see.
You're not meant to get it, man.
That's it.
Matter of fact, when you see stuff like this and learn stuff like this, should actually upset you.
There you go.
It should be like, well, damn, man, I've been lied to.
All my
So
life.
because
That's what brought us into the faith.
And then Hollywood is glorifying, you know, these Edomite men, you know, and they weren't even there. They glorify themselves, you know, and this is perfect because did not Jake bring down Rome?
Yeah, that's
Did
it.
not, you know,
And this is
they
evidence
took-
of it
and-
right
and
here.
So this is evidence of it, and what happened to them when they went down? They got forced into the Caucasus Mountain, and then in that portion of history after that, the Edomites referred to as the Dark Ages and say, well, we don't know what happened in that time.
That's right. This
But
is
the
what we-
relics that we just showed you from the Vornet Church showed you.
And then we brought
What
out the Caucasus Mountains in Georgia in the map. We took them down and forced them to get the fuck up into the goddamn mountains. And I got books downstairs. I wish I was damn near ready to pick up the one where they had the judges and all of them sitting are afros and beards, and everybody who's getting judged were so-called white man Edomites. And there's an icon and chains, and that's in the books. Now you know which one I'm talking about, all right? We see this is the funny thing, because I remember. Matter of fact, you remember, man, you too. You remember we did a tent in the backyard when we first came into truth, and we did videos out there for the tabernacles. We went into the books because first thing we came into the truth, we started buying all these books, the Jewish civilization in the Middle Ages, this book or that book, the Russian icons, this and that, and we start showing the people the stuff. Only people can hear this is the hope for righteous elect, which is the only one we're actually
people will hear it and see it and still disregard it.
That's it.
It's so, you know, it says Psalm 64, the tongues will fall upon themselves. They tell themselves when they glorify being a caveman. The movie Casino Man, the Flintstones. Yeah, man. Right, so they tell themselves they was in damn Caucasus Mountain.
And they call themselves Caucasians to the day.
Yeah, they always talking about Neanderthals and how they were gone. No, it's still here. They're called Caucasians today.
If y'all stop putting the razor to your face,
I know, you know. You said that made me think of the commercial, the Geico commercial, and it's like so easy a caveman can do it, and he'll get so mad at people treating him or looking at him or acting at him as a caveman, but he looked like a perfect fucking caveman. That's Esau Edom. And if you go into what's his 13th tribe, they talk about how they would be, how they lived in the Caucasus Mountains, how they would pick lice and stuff off each other, and they'll pick stuff off you like the monkeys do, and pick it off of you and eat it. Yeah. Right? When the scriptures talk about they were sit by the juniper roots, that roots were all over there in the Caucasus Mountains. You'll see juniper plants all over there. These motherfuckers go into a rock, carve shit out of a rock, and that's what they get their capitals from. Your Roman capitals, your American capitals. That's, you cannot escape their nature.
They do. They still do it that way even now.
Yeah.
They still have like shops with tons of items that they have juniper root, juniper.
Yeah, that's why they.
Of course.
That's why Edomites are big advocates for gin.
Yeah,
Gin is made of juniper.
That's why I don't like.
And gin is so disgusting.
It's not that good.
Raw meat, steak, tartar. They eat their hamburgers.
Oh, everything red.
Everything red.
I used to work at the small shawl, and you go in there, you have to ask for your burger to be made well done. It comes rare.
They had it in tiny letters on the wall.
On the wall.
There was some bullshit. They had that set up so that.
In what place?
Small shawl. Wills.
They had it set up there.
Oh, I've been checking those out. I mean, I haven't gone in one yet.
Yeah, the little red places.
There's one on Wells, and then there's one on Milwaukee. Yeah.
It's a good burger if you get it well done.
It's really good. Yeah.
But you go up there, you don't say nothing.
They gonna give you a bloody burger.
Bloody ass burger. Yep. That's the same man that was in the cage, because that's the type of shit they was doing in the cage. Yeah, incest, inbreeding, and fucking cannibalism.
Yeah,
Well, you know what? I've often talked about that movie, Quest for Fire. That was them, and so they. I had to go see. I went to go see it when I was in school. It's like a school trip. We had to watch this.
Which one?
But Quest for Fire. Yeah. But the truth is that was actually their history, and the way according to the Bible, the time frame, the Earth is around 12 to 15,000 years old. Somewhere around that time period, but they'll tell you that was 10,000 years ago, or and that whole sort of thing, and it's like, hold on, man, stop playing. 100,000 years ago, right. Yeah. It's like, man, the Earth isn't even that old, man. Carbon dating, we've already proved that's a fallacy. They can only accurately go back approximately about 5,000 years.
And another thing,
carbon dating. So, and then after that, everything is just guesses, just guesstimations.
It's a lot. Another thing they do, they don't take baths. What they do, take a bath, they take a half a bath, they'll wash their top, and don't wash their legs. Like that's some bug out shit.
No. Esau don't wash shit. And if he first of all,
they
if I walk in, right,
they jump in the showers and rinse off.
If I go outside and there's a thunderstorm and it just ran outside, came back in, I am not clean, nigga. You gotta go put some like the scriptures say nitrate. What's this? Nitrate. You know what I'm saying? Nitrate. As a matter of fact, I'm pulling
up. Soap is in that too.
You know what?
Hell yes, and
Come on, bro.
They say it's been going around lately over the last few months
Yeah,
with
she
the
gets
Hollywood motherfuckers.
The bitch Veronica Mars, who played in the show Veronica Mars, she said that she didn't take bad.
Yeah,
They spread the water.
yeah.
They don't like to wash
right.
their hands. Like I said, I was out in the airport. They don't like to wash their hands. I'm like, hold on, you just come from.
Taking a shit.
Like
Exactly.
on Blue Street, and you
Right.
rub that boy cream on his nuts. Then he went to go shake Martin's head
Right.
on Main Street, man.
Just disrespect.
Hey, I worked with one. I saw him come in, did it, but I'm like, man, you know, I went out. You ain't even wash your fucking hands. He said, no, he washed his hands when he came in to pee, but when he got through, he didn't wash his hands again. I'm like, he was like, no, I'm clean. My dick gonna be clean, but whatever y'all gotta do, what y'all gotta do.
I'll respond to that later. This is Jeremiah 2. I was.
Yeah, we got to wrap it up.
Yeah. Handle that for me, Corbin. Go ahead. Handle that for me. Handle for that. This is Jeremiah 2:22. For though thou wash thee with nitrate and take thee much soap, yet thine iniquity is marked before me, saith the Lord power. Man, we had soap back in the ancient world. We had nitrate and cleaning agents back in the ancient world, bro. We weren't walking around here to do what Esau do and just go under the water and just go dip ourselves and spin around and take a towel and do this and think that we straight.
Even natural, like certain essential oils and leaves in nature, we had all that. You know, even without toothpaste, we had those things.
Oh, we had first Susanna had those sponge balls.
Yeah, it talks about Esther. Even
Yeah, I
the
was about to say Esther.
This is the heathen. He had the women's
Soap and milk baths and herb baths.
But not no heathen Edomite king.
Oh, no,
That's
he
it.
don't
No. Esau Edom is the dirtiest, nastiest motherfucker on the planet. All right. So this is just what it is, man.
Then it's Elon.
I mean, it is what it is.
Well,
Man.
Elon was the one that had his women's soap.
Oh, you know, get those stale donuts. How much it was.
Yeah.
So I mean, this is beautiful, man. Only people who are caring about the Lord, the truth, the scriptures, trying to prepare themselves. You mentioned we were earlier, like that. You can try to save up a whole bunch of food and all that to out the bam. That doesn't mean it's going to save you, and it's not. But at the same time, you have to prepare. The first part of prepping, is not the physical shit. It's the spiritual, mental. All right. The spiritual prepping for the Lord would say, first of all, what's the name of the Father? Proverbs 30:4. What's his name? And what's his son's name? If thou canst tell. All right. Once you get that, you start getting built up in the name of the Father. Oh, then you start building like Ephesians, the first chapter, building up your belief and faith and hearing, which is the earnest of the down payment.
And you got to accept
Yes.
evidences that go along with the scriptures.
Exactly.
That
That prove it.
That go along with secular history. When they all go together, there's no arguing with.
Because the scriptures
All right.
prove all things.
Give me that one last scripture, man. That their fathers they should inherit lives.
That's right.
So the thing, so a lot of people come now. Look, now we were talking about how the original inhabitants of Greece and all of Rome, and I mean the whole matter of fact, all of Europe, land of Gog and Magog, were all dark complected people.
That's right.
Now, and they got scattered, but they left a lot of seed there. And then Jake took it over, and they left a lot of seed there. So a lot of those pale flesh people in that land, a lot of them are Jake.
It's
All right?
Kabibians.
It's a lot of them.
A lot of them Kabibians, them Kameevs.
Oh yeah.
A lot of them, those are a lot of that look like so-called white Russians and this and that. A lot of them are niggas. Putin might be one.
Now look,
I doubt it.
I'm not saying he is, but just for the sake of it, he could be a Jake.
This could.
He probably a fucking more likely definitely Edomite. But the point is that we scattered everywhere, man. So Esau got out the mountains, man. They didn't take right over.
That's right. No,
It was gradual.
Yes.
They got the papacy. Then they started to usurp their authority and get the board. Then they started to get that authority.
Matter of fact, they was working with Jake.
That's what I was about to say.
Taking over Europe.
Yep.
Jake's stupid ass was being soprano.
Yeah, they didn't even know what it was.
Man.
And I was about to
All
say
right.
that because I was all along that time.
I get that lesson about all them Huguenots. Look, a lot of it was Jake had a lot to do with the setting up of America, man.
That's it.
You know, and putting their own people in slavery.
Yes, sir.
Them damn Moors and look, the Moors and a lot of them cryptic Jews, man. Some of them were the biggest race traders in the world has ever seen.
Especially so-called black Jesuits.
Spanish army that took down Issachar. There's a lot of niggas. because even you know how Mexicans, a lot of them, they've been keeping Passover and those things for centuries. It's because when a lot of those Spaniards was Israelites that was in the army with them, and they showed them the ways, they still was fucking them up. They showed them that they customs and still was fucking them up.
Yeah, so Jake, you know, that's why 2/3 is gonna be cut off and die, man.
Yeah.
But,
They had the Hebrew interpreters, man.
God, they came up with 5 Hebrew interpreters, man. But anyway, bring out
Jeremiah 16:19. Oh, Yahweh, my strength and my fortress and my refuge, and the day of affliction, the Gentiles shall come unto thee from the ends of the earth.
And that's where they come with all these programs and food programs and gifts. All right, because a gift destroys the mind. Go ahead.
And shall say, surely our fathers have inherited lies, vanity, and things wherein there is no profit.
There you go. But none of that has no profit, man, because you can't take none of this with you, man. And I came to the conclusion today, man, especially after you know, learning my dude died. I'm sitting up talking to my sister-in-law. She brokenhearted. You know, she, you know, man, I'm talking. I'm like, all this vanity. You know, because you know he got all this property, he came out all this money once his father died and bought a big old house and all this stuff. And now he's gone. He can't take none of it. We can't take none of this with me, man. None of my phone, none of my gold, my silver. I can't take none of it with me if I die, man. And you can't take nothing on those chariots. We're gonna be changed. So we are the treasure, man.
That's right.
All right. If we are those, if we be those people. So with that, man, we're gonna give all praises, all honor and glory unto you.
Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shai, Bashem Rakakwadash.
Wow. Hey, while you have the opportunity, get your shit right.
Putting out all day to day.
What's that? Get your man.